Hello and welcome everyone. So I haven't played Blitz in a while on any of these videos, so I'm going to do that today. And I've been letting my Blitz rating go way down, just trying different things, and I seem to have a clock problem, always running out of time. So I've probably lost a huge number of games from time trouble. So let's just see how it goes today. All right. I've been trying this hippopotamus setup. Maybe it's not the best opening, but it helps you play quickly. So I'll do that in the first game, and then maybe I'll try something different after that. All right. So here they're trying to take up a lot of space from me. Pushing forward here, cramping my position. So let's see how it goes here. All right. So I'm trying to. All right. Well, I guess we can just chase him away. And then we'll go here to keep pieces out. And all right. So now, let's see, we could attack the bishop. So yeah, I guess we have to try to move faster. So I guess we'll attack here and just try and knock that bishop out. So we'll go after the bishop. And then we'll try and push forward here in the center. So we'll take that. And then, let's see. We'll push here and see what they do. Well, that is interesting. Okay, well, do we go after this? Then, go after that. And then now we could just attack here. All right, so why did they do that? They want to go after that. All right, well, I guess make sure I'm not running into anything crazy. I'll do that. See what they do. All right, so now I guess we can just attack his queen here, looks like. So we might as well just do that, fork both of these pieces. All right, what is the time looking like? I need to speed up a little bit here, it looks like. All right, well, I guess we should just go after the queen there. And then here we can pick that off. All right, we might as well just go after the next piece here. So we'll just keep picking off material. And then, let's see. We'll just castle here. All right. Well, we'll just go after that. Attack and drive him back. All right, so now we need to activate our rook. So we'll do that. All right, we need to attack there. Then we can check. So we might as well do that first. Check the king just to get them running. And then Well, then we might as well go after that. And attack this guy. Now what? Now what? All right, so they're going after us there. We might as well go here after that bishop and protect our pawn. All right, now we can do that. Okay, we'll go there. And see what they decide next. All right, so we pick that off. And they resigned. All right, how much time? We were still behind on time there. So I'll do a quick game review. See what we missed. Probably all kinds of stuff in Blitz. All right, so we played at 86.1 versus their 75.6. Neither of us had any blunders or misses. They had 3 mistakes to our 0, and then we both had 4 inaccuracies, 1 great move, and it says, nice eye, you found a tactic to grow your lead into a win. All right, so we'll just blast through this game review real quick. So this is, let's see, the Owens defense, it looks like. But, you know, I was trying to set up this hippopotamus defense, and they ended up trying to smother my position by pushing their pawns forward. And then, I don't know, the game kind of opened up and got crazy. All right, so here they let us fork these pieces. And then they make that mistake of moving their knight down there. I don't know, it kind of blasted through all the moves pretty quick. So, you know, maybe we'll do the analysis after this and take a slower look at it. You have to let me know, you know, what you want me to play or what you want me to do when I'm playing these Blitz games. If you would like to see more of the just playing, or if you want to have me go over, you know, with the game review and the analysis. Just, you know, if any of you have an opinion one way or the other, you can leave a comment and let me know. This says you really outplayed your opponent in that one. You played a bit better than your opponent in the opening, and it was a well-fought middle game that you got the better of. So in the opening, they had 76.7. We had 90.4, and then 74.9 in the middle game versus 83.3. So, I don't know. Look at the analysis real quick here. So E4, we follow up with B6, and then, you know, a lot of times they'll just take control of the center, but we're going to let them do that anyway in this opening. So bishop to b7 here, attacking this pawn, and they push forward. So now we just go ahead and fianchetto on the other side, and they push the other pawn. So they're taking control of the center, and they have a decent amount of space. So we fianchetto, and now they're saying that it would have been better to just push this pawn immediately. So now, let's see. They develop, we finally push the pawn. They develop their knight, our knight, and then this move. So usually you don't want to move a piece twice in the opening, and that's what they did here. And this just lets us chase this knight away. Better would have been to develop another piece. Bishop to d3, get ready to castle. And after knight to b5. It says that's an inaccuracy, and the game's about even at this point. Our best move here, it looks like, is knight to d5, attacking the bishop, or h6 to keep pieces out of g4 here. And then a6, that was the third best move, which is what we played, chasing that knight away. But it looks like it would have been better to go here. But then I guess, well, they would have to retreat here, and then we could attack, and then maybe capture them if they retreat back. So they go back into the corner there, and that's probably not the best either. Knight to c3 is better. So now they want us to push this pawn forward. And they play c4. And at this point, it looks like black is ahead by about a pawn's worth of material. So it looks like c5 would be best here. Just gaining space. If they attack, then I guess we could go ahead and attack if we push that pawn. It says c5, and then it recommends that they just play knight to c2 to get this knight off the edge of the board. All right, so moving forward, we attack their bishop, they retreat, and now knight to f5. It says that's excellent, but once again, it wants us to counterattack in the center, do something in the center here, which I didn't want to do yet until I figured out, until I developed some more pieces, got my king castled maybe. And then they play b4, a mistake. And so now we're almost 2 pawns ahead, the equivalent of 2 pawns of material ahead here. And it looks like h5 is best, threatening to just trap this bishop. So now we just capture. That's an inaccuracy. g4 is another move that they wanted to just attack that knight. All right, so they recapture towards the center, and it activates this rook. So we play d6 finally, and it still says that's the best move there. And then they play this, an inaccuracy. It would have been better to just capture. Looks like it would have been better to just capture this pawn. Maybe they didn't want this bishop. Well, if they hadn't moved that, the bishop wouldn't be going anywhere anyway. So, yes, it would have been better to just capture here. And now, d takes e5 is best. But did we go the other way first? I think we did. We went that way, and it still says that's excellent. So they capture. Now we capture, which is best. And they jump their knight back in. And it says that's good, but activating their rook would have been better. So their knights are piling up on our pawn. We just go ahead and capture in the center. But that wouldn't have been best because now that I look at it, let's see, they could capture. If we capture, I guess this knight could jump in here. And, well, if that knight went in there, maybe it would have to be this knight. Because then he has to watch out for this bishop lined up on his rook. But that rook could swing over and threaten to start attacking over here, I guess. All right. Now, well, let's see what it says we should have done there. We should have just pushed forward and attacked the knight. I thought about that move, but then I thought, well, he would just be able to maybe pin that piece to my king. Well, oh, I see. I would be attacking his knight and his rook at the same time. So that's why that would be a better move. All right, the queen attacks. So we see all these mistakes that are being made in these Blitz games. So now they make a mistake here. Looks like it would have been better just to capture. And instead they decide to check us and we're able to fork their two pieces. So b5 is best here, forking those two pieces. And they play this move, a mistake. And here the best move is queen to e4 check. So I definitely should have looked at that first. I could have checked, got my queen out of the line of attack here, and then picked his queen off. You know, he would probably go after my rook, but then I could capture with my bishop. Anyway, we capture, they capture, our bishop captures, so we're just ahead enough material to be winning now if we don't mess up or lose on time. So they attack. Best maybe would be to just protect that bishop with the pawn. I'm not positive about that. Says that's the second best move. Here, they really want us to just go ahead and capture this pawn, just grab more material. All right. We could capture that, then swing back and protect this pawn. All right, so that's an inaccuracy, but at this point we're winning. So capture, castle, they move forward trying to do something here. We capture, they capture, we attack. It would have been better to just attack with the rook up here. Then they line up on our king. We go ahead and move up here, which I thought I could move over and fight, attack his rook. He starts attacking over here. We capture, they capture, and now it says rook to e7 check is best, and it looks like that's what we did. The king moves, and that was the best spot to go to. So now it would have been better to fork these two pieces here, the pawn and the... So it would have been better to do that instead of breaking up our pawns here. All right, so they attack. Now we go over here, attacking them. I thought that he was going to move over here and try and line up on this side. So now we go over and attack the bishop. Bishop retreats. Looks like it would have been better just to protect. Oh, because, yeah, then we would have to watch out. Well, I guess we could push forward with this pawn, attacking and protecting, because we'd have to watch out for a discovered attack, checking us. If the bishop was still over here and the rook moves down here, we'd have to watch out for this attack on our king and then a discovered attack on our rook. So the game continues with us pushing forward here. Now we have a discovered attack. And the best move is to just capture here on d4. But then we would capture with check and then use our bishop to pick this off. And we'd be ahead in material anyway. So they capture, we capture. And now we're, well, I guess we're not threatening to move up here and attack and then... because the bishop is covering that square. But we're just so, ahead in material now. So I was surprised they did this. We just capture, and they resigned here. Maybe they forgot the rook was guarding that knight. I'm not sure what they were thinking. So the game may have continued with the king moving up, the rook attacking this unprotected pawn. And at this point, it looks like there's a mate in the works. Mate in 18 or 11. So they attack. Now we just go over here and protect this pawn. They move that pawn that was coming under attack. So now we just check. King retreats. But you get the picture. At this point, we would just use our extra rooks to start cornering the king, attacking his remaining pieces. All right, so let's play another game, and another 5-minute game, and this time instead of the hippopotamus I'll just play a normal opening and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we have the white pieces. We'll just start with e4, so e5, and now we'll do the Italian game. All right. So we'll just go ahead and castle. They attack, so we're going to go with D3. All right, so now we'll do this. Get ready to attack in the center. And let's see, probably should go rook to E1 here. All right, so now they want to attack us. I guess we can just retreat back to here. And then our queen can come up and get developed. So now, let's see. If we go ahead and attack, might as well do that. We'll just take control of the center here. All right, now I'm going to try and just keep his pieces out by doing that. You know, that way he can't bring his, well, now he can attack my, well, I guess if he attacks my queen with his bishop, I can go ahead, oh, he did that to stop it. All right, well, we could just go ahead and pin him. Might as well develop our knight first. So we'll go ahead and do that. Develop the knight. Now he's probably going to move there and attack us. So do we go here and attack him? That is the question. And then do we attack again? Or do we just move our queen? Oh, we can pick this off here. That works too. If we go there, if he attacks us, then we can pick this off. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and do that. All right, and just see what he does next. Okay, so he's threatening to trap us. All right, so now, where do we want to go? I guess we could go there. See what he decides to do next. All right. Well, we'll do that. Give him a isolated pawn. All right, so now what do we want to do here? Want to just retreat. Oh, we have to watch out though. We have to watch out. If we go here, we could get into some trouble. So we'll do that. Line up on his king. All right. Oh man, I got to watch the time too. So, and these bishops are getting dangerous. So, okay, he is piling up on that. We are going to, okay, we have, well, we'll just add another defender here. And then, who knows, maybe we could pin. Well, I might as well just jump up here. No, they can attack. Okay, so now he's threatening that. All right, so let's go ahead, do that. And then if we do this, I think we're good. All right. So now we can just push forward. So we'll just go ahead and do that. All right, so now we could possibly just jump up here. If they attack, let's see, we go there, they just get a piece. So let's go. Let's go here. All right. So we're just helping protect everything. All right, so now they are attacking. Do we go after their queen? Or do we just... All right, now I'm just running out of time. So... No, well, they can just capture there, but then... All right, whatever, we'll just counterattack. All right, now what? We could attack their queen. Just attack their queen. And we're down to 30 seconds. So this is an example of how I've just been running out of time in these games. Okay, do we just go after this? Yeah, let's just go after that pawn. Then we can try and get up here on the king side maybe and do something. All right, go there. Maybe they won't see that we're attacking their queen. Okay, they didn't, so that's good for us. But we're still so low on time. So we'll do that. Then we'll go there. Oh, wait, I'm under attack, so we'll do that. Go after that. And yeah, so this is typical. I just have so much time trouble. I end up just running out of time. So we'll do a quick game review and look at this. I'm probably like way ahead. Yeah, so I was, of course I was ahead in that game. I even won their queen and I just end up running out of time. So 83.8 versus their 71.6. I guess we could do a quick review. I won't go too much into it. Let's see here. So we played the Gyoko Piano, the quiet game. And it looks like we just, we missed something here in the beginning. All right, so this retreat, we should not have done that. Instead, we should have just, forked their two pieces. Well, I don't know. They could just capture with their knight here. And then if we capture, let's see what it recommends. It says b4 was best. And then capture with the knight. We capture. Then the knight is just trapped on the side. Okay, we come out ahead there. So we definitely missed that. And then we would be ahead by what, a pawn? And they would have this isolated pawn, their knight on the edge of the board, just doing nothing much over there. All right, so definitely missed that opportunity. Next, we have we grab a pawn here. So they start chasing our queen all over the place. All right, well, yeah, and then we grab their queen, and at this point we only have less than 20 seconds left. So 1300 versus their 800. We'll play through to the end here. All right, well, I guess I just have to play faster. It says I played at a 1300 versus their 800. You really outplayed your opponent in that one. The opening was balanced. You were a cut above your opponent in the middle game. So in the middle game, 79.4 to their 55. All right, I'll do one more game here, and then we'll call the video, call an end here to it. All right, so we'll try this out and see what they do. Okay. All right, now here, don't recall, but I think that is best to do. Okay, and then they just play this kind of more passive. All right, I think we should just go ahead and castle here. All right, then maybe we could keep them out of the position like that. All right, then maybe make an escape square for our bishop here. Okay, well, might as well just go ahead and attack. All right, we'll grab the bishop pair, and then let's see, do we go after this? Maybe that didn't work out so good for us, because now we have to run, and all right, I guess we're doing that. So if the knight jumps up there, okay, well, now we can protect. So I guess that's okay. And then we could, well, where do we want to put this bishop? All right, so they're going after our bishop here. We should just retreat. So this looks dangerous. If they break our pawns apart and then jump in here, could that be an issue? I don't know. I think we'll just back up here. And just wait and see what they do next. I don't know. That knight looks pretty dangerous there. Okay, so what are they trying to do? Just start pushing forward here, trying to trap me in maybe. All right, if I go here, maybe I'll try that and see what they do. All right, now my knight can jump forward. All right, well, do we want to retreat back here? Or do we want to capture there? I guess we're capturing. Then we'll guard this. Then maybe our bishop. We have to activate this other bishop. And we could maybe get our knight up here in the game. All right, now, do we need to protect that? If we go there, it's going to open a gap in our position, but that's what we're going to do. All right, and there comes the queen. Our king needs to move. And what will they do next? Okay, now, oh, that looks dangerous. Yes, we have to watch out for that. Guess we have to jump up here now to prevent this fork. Now we will have this possibility of jumping up here, attacking this knight and this knight at the same time, if they don't notice that. And once again, we're low on time here. It's starting to get dark. Sorry about that, everybody, if you can even see me in the picture anymore. All right, well, what do we need to do? If we jump up there and attack, we need to activate this. So let us go after him like that. Maybe we can break apart his king side. All right, where could that knight go? That knight could just try and retreat, I guess. Then if he does, we could jump up here. All right, do I want to knock that out? Why not? Because then I can fork these pieces. But then he can capture with his bishop. But our queen can jump up in the game. And what next? What next? We need to drive his knight back. Then go after this pawn. All right, well, oh, now we can just pick that off. And we have a mate. Okay, I guess I got lucky in that game. Then we have a checkmate here. Because they'll block with the queen and then we mate. So there's nothing they can do. I guess they're figuring that out right now. All right, so they resigned. All right, we'll do a quick game review and I'll end it here for today. Let me turn this light on. But hopefully the glare is not too bad. When I turn that light on, it affects the glare on my glasses. All right, so they played at 75.3. We played at 86.4. They had one great move. We had two inaccuracies. They had two. We had one. No mistakes. They had one miss. And we each had one blunder. So we'll have to take a look at that and see what those were. Their blunder was at the end, but apparently I had an earlier blunder. Maybe this, where it looks like it jumped up in white's favor and then it went right back down. So let's take a look at that. All right, start the review. So this was another Giuoco piano main line, the quiet game, I think in Italian. This was the Italian game variation. All right, so I don't know. Then we just got in this crazy mess here. So that was the blunder. I permitted the opponent to eventually win a pawn. So let's take a look. Well, we'll see what the moves are. They capture, we capture. Oh, and then we have to capture, and then they pick this pawn off. All right, and they would have been a pawn ahead there. All right. Well, they overlooked that, I guess, which happens in these Blitz games. And best would have been instead to just attack this knight. Okay. Yeah, that looks like a strong move. The knight would have to retreat. They'd probably retreat here and put more pressure on this pawn. And if they did that, I guess I could just develop this bishop up to help protect it. So if they attacked, maybe we attack here, or I don't know. We probably don't want to give up our bishop pair too early. But let's see. We'll look at the moves. Yep, they go after that, and then it wants us to attack there. Okay. And now our bishop is kind of open, lining up on the king. So that could give us some advantage, further on in the game. All right, so next we had this attack here, a great move. So let me go back one and see what happened. They capture. All right, so then we capture with the knight. And then we had exchanges here. And at the end, they had that blunder at the end there. So they pushed that pawn. Well, actually, how long was that? Okay, I guess I had just captured. Okay. So I captured, and they didn't realize that that was under attack. So the best move now would be for them to just move, then we attack, then we come over here and line up on their king side, break this open. Our bishop is aimed up here. And so that is how the game could have gone, but in the end we just picked that off and they resigned. So we could take a quick look at the analysis and then I'll be done for today. So e4, e5, knight f3. Okay, so the Italian game here. Then we respond with this other bishop, mirroring the bishop positions. And this is the Gyoko piano game, which is usually not as crazy. But, I mean, I guess I've run into some crazy variations even in this game, which is supposed to be a little more strategic and quieter. So they push here, maybe threatening to attack in the center. So we just develop, get ready to castle. They push here instead. So if we go back, it looks like d4 is more forceful here because then they would attack. If we captured, let's see, d4, best is to capture, and then they would push forward attacking our knight. And then it looks like best would be to play d5 and attack their bishop. And I ran into that in one of my games before. So anyway, they play more quietly here with d3. Gives us time to castle. And then they castle. Now we push here, but it says we should immediately push this pawn and fortify in the center here. So now they line up on the E file. Once again, it wants us to push in the center there. And they should have done the same. So we attack over here, and it really wants this D6 pawn push. So now they're able to do this. We attack, so we gain the bishop pair, but they've counterattacked, and they're chasing our knight. So if our knight runs, they'll grab this pawn. But I don't think they did that in the game. I guess because I retreated here. So if they go after this, it looks like knight takes e5 is best, and then we would capture. Now, what if they use the rook instead? What if they played that? And then they're protecting this. But I guess we would chase it away, and then we could pick that off. Yeah, so we would just play d6, chasing them away. And then we would go ahead and pick that off. All right. So they do not go after this. They just protect here. That says that's an inaccuracy, that immediately capturing here would have been better. So now d6 is best, which we played that. Knight to e4, going after our bishop pair. So bishop retreat. Although it likes this move, jumping up here and attacking the rook. They push forward with a pawn, and it looks like, it says a5 is best in this position. Okay. I wouldn't have suspected that a5 would be the best move in the position. Second is f5. That's probably something I would like more, is just to chase that knight away here. All right, so moving on, then we make the blunder, the c5 blunder move. So better would have been the f5 move. And then they would retreat back to c3. Then we have what? B takes c4 here. They capture. Then knight moving up here to g6, activating giving our queen some room for future maneuvers, because we can't go up here now because of the bishop and the knight. So let's see, bishop to e3, just fighting this bishop. And then it looks like e4 would be better, to just go ahead, attack the knight, and now they want us to capture. And instead of going after that bishop, oh, they don't like that now. Now they're saying knight to d2 would have been better, because now we'll be able to, well, if we capture there, bishop retreat is best. And now knight to h4. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So knight to h4, putting pressure here, protecting the pawn. Looks like g3 would be good. And then queen to g5, pinning this pawn so the knight can't be captured. And then here it says to ignore all that and just go with what? Knight to, no, well, yeah, knight to b1 or queen to d3. And then what does it want us to do? Retreat our knight back. So, I don't know. We could take a look at this. I mean, why would you go back here with your knight? That's a good question. Now it's saying knight to g2 to jump right up here into the position and attack this rook. That seems crazy. What if... Well, if you tried to go up here and over here, I think he would have time to move his queen in. Queen here and then queen back to here to stop you. Anyway, let's go through the rest of the game and continue here. We played c5. They captured, and that was a miss. So instead, they should have picked us off here and they would come out a pawn ahead in this. So, you know, if we captured this way or with the pawn, either way, at least this way, the bishop is kind of active, but then of course they're going to pick it off, getting rid of your bishop pair. So then when you recapture, they're going to come out a pawn ahead here, and then it looks like the best thing to do is just develop the bishop. Then we have bishop to a3 attacking this unprotected pawn, rook to c8 to protect it. So anyway, that is how they could have gained an advantage, and then it would be almost +1 to white there. All right, so in the game, b4, this blunder was played. They missed and did not take advantage. They captured en passant. So then we capture with the knight. Now they have time to push forward attacking our bishop, and we capture. They capture, driving our bishop back. So we go here, but it like this move better because the bishop is more active here. Where here it's just blocked in by its own pawn. So, you know, remember that. Activate your pieces. Active pieces are better than these passive ones, or, you know, defensive ones. Okay, so the bishop becoming more active here, lining up on this long diagonal on the center pawn on our king side. We fortify here. Did we even really have to do that? No, it looks like just centralizing our queen would have been better. And so because we didn't centralize, they lined their queen up here on our king with check. We move. It says that's best. Now they jump here, and it doesn't like that. That's an inaccuracy. It would have been better to just push this pawn, try and break open the center some more. Our king has to go up here to avoid this fork, and knight retreats. But it looks like it would have been better to just move this knight over. So now we attack rook to e3 to avoid their pawns being messed up here. So better would have been queen to d7. So now they capture. We fork, and it doesn't like that either. It says the best move here is queen to d7. I guess it would avoid their queen, you know, prevent their queen from jumping down here into the position. All right. And the queen is better here on d7. It could jump over into the king side. So queen to d7 is what they wanted here. And now it recommends what, h3, lining up on the king. And then our king. Then moving to here. King to h8, and then rook to b1, activating the other rook. Well, sort of. It would be blocked in by its own pieces. All right, so in the game, we had knight to d4 forking, but they can pick us off with their bishop, which is what they did. Our queen attacks, and now they didn't realize this rook was being targeted here. So piece safety is very important. You know, first check that your king is safe, then your pieces, then your pawns. And if it's your turn, if all your pieces, your king and your pawns are all safe, well then, you know, look to see if any of your opponent's pieces are not protected. So here, it looks like the one piece that's not protected leads to a mate. So not only is the piece not protected, the king is not safe either. So we had a4 being played, their blunder, which leads to a mate in 2. So what should they have done here? It looks like, let me see, rook to c1. Then we attack their knight. The knight retreats. I think we looked at this. Then we line up on their king. They try and break these pawns apart. Then we capture. But the queen can invade into our position, maybe going after this bishop. This passed pawn could be dangerous. But, at least we're lined up on their king side, but I don't see too much happening with that at the moment. All right. So after capture, queen captures, they blunder and we attack here, which would have led to the only move is queen to block, and then we just capture with a mate. All right, well, let's see here. What level did it say we played at here? 1350 versus 1050. And we had an opening, they had 90.1, we played 95.3. Middle game, they had 62.7 to our 80.1. All right, and it says you really outplayed your opponent in that one. The opening was balanced. You were a cut above your opponent in the middle game. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for those that haven't already. Feel free to leave comments, suggestions, any requests on future videos that you would like to see. Thank you all for watching and have a super chess day.